Let's kick off. After the move e4 and e5, we can develop the knight here, he can protect the pawn, and now we can play the move c3. The Ponziani opening. He has some options, he can develop the knight there, and now we can play d5. He can take that pawn, and now we can play the move d5.
You serious?
Yes, I'm serious, and after d5 you don't have a lot of moves. Maybe he can try that one, and before we can trap the knight, because the knight is not going anywhere. So he has to go back, right? Knight to e7. And now we can reveal our threat. This is knight takes. He can play something like that to kick away our pieces from his territory, and now he is losing. Because we can give this check, he can play that one to parry that check. We can take, and now we're attacking the king, the rook, and the knight. And after that one, of course, we're not going to take the rook, but we can take this free knight. And this is Ponziani opening, one of the most playable traps actually, and white can win a lot of games like this. So this is Angelo, and here we're going to see how to play correctly the move e5. He can play this Ponziani opening, we can develop the knight, and after that move we are not actually forced to take the pawn on e4. Why to take that pawn? Because if you're just taking that pawn, you are opening the center, and things are a little tricky. So here you can play the most safe move, pawn takes on e4, and now he has to choose. Maybe he can play something like that, you have a new square on d5, and what he's going to do, probably to take that pawn, we can give that check, we're going to develop our pieces, and as you can see on my computer, everything is just fine for the black, right? Or you can play the more tricky line, you can accept that pawn actually, and after d5, he is threatening your knight. But you should not go back, you have a very interesting line here, and this line is a bishop to c5. Very cool. He can take the knight actually, we can take this with check, he can go up, and now we just sacrifice 2 pawns for a piece, we sacrifice the knight for 2 pawns actually, but we have a very nice compensation for that. We can go back, now we're threatening something like this to attack the queen and the rook actually, and this trap is not working for white. He can play that one maybe. We can play there attacking the rook, he can go here, castling, and we just develop our pieces. He can take this one, he can take 2 pieces actually, but still we have a fantastic position. Queen here for example, and you can see black is a little better. If you are 2 pieces down and computer suggests that black is better, it's close to winning. It's extremely difficult for white to play that position. We're threatening something like this. The king is in the center of the board. We have the fantastic bishop here eyeballing this rook here, and we have fantastic compensation for the sacrificed pieces. We're continuing here with our line on Danish Gambit actually, and after that moves you can take here on d4, you can play this move. In the previous video we just examined that one, d3. In the previous video we examined some other sublines, and now we're going to examine this d5 move. Very cool move actually, and if you are black you need to play that move. If you have the opportunity, it's very nice to play that move. Let's see what will happen. Here white has some options. Of course you can take the pawn, but this is not something serious, right? Because we can take the pawn on e5, on e4, we just develop our pieces easily. We have open positions here to develop our pieces, and we are not going to face any problems. Now I'm going to show you another move, e5. As you can see on my computer, this is completely losing as well. And now I have a quest for you. Can you imagine who played that move with the white pieces? You're not going to find it. It's Bologan, one of the very top players. His rating is 26, 60, 70, something like this. He's a very strong grandmaster, and he played that move actually. Maybe he would like to trick his opponent, and after this one he captured there, knight here, developing the pieces, pinning that knight. We have some exchanges. Now he lost another pawn, so black is 2 pawns up. You can see the evaluation of the computer. I decided to add it below of me actually, this one, and you have a quote of Socrates. You can see the evaluation of the position below me. And now the queen can go here, he just developed the piece, and black is completely winning. Bologan, with some magical tricks, he managed to draw the game later. You can see it on the files actually, but it's okay. If someone played this move e5, this is a mistake actually, and you will know how to punish this one. Now, after the move queen takes here on d4, we can take. Now he has the options to take our queen, and he can play with the pawn down, or he can play that one. And after this move we can play g5. He would like maybe to destroy our structure, so we should not play knight f6 instantly, because he can take that one. So we can play knight there, and then we can develop this knight. Everything is solidly protected. We can castle alongside, short side actually, and we don't face any problems. He can play this one, castling, and after that moves, for example, eyeballing the king in the center of the board, and after this you can play the knight there. We are fighting for that square. We would like to exchange some pieces there, and we are not facing any real problem. The game is equal actually, and black managed to win this one at the end. It's another interesting story. So here we are, and after d3, it's how you're going to play actually, how to develop your pieces. And next, after the move d5, we're going to see this move, the most serious move, let's say, for white pieces. E takes d5. And here I'd like to say something else. If you like to learn all openings in this really nice way, to learn all the traps and how to play aggressive systems, then I have a cool solution for you. Chess openings are extremely important, and especially if you play blitz games. Do you struggle with them? No more! We have a specific and very simple solution for you. Asaf Givon and Angelo Keseris created the Chess Course, the best 10 aggressive and blitz-friendly openings. Follow the link below and grab your gift today. After this cool solution, we're here again, and white can take on d5. Now we have two options. One of them is to develop the knight, obviously, and he has three main moves. One of them is, now with the black pieces you have the option. One of them is to play the knight out, and the other one is to take with the queen. So let's check first of all knight takes f6. Here white can play three moves. One of them is to give the check, obviously, and after that he can play something like this, because if you just exchange the pieces, you can retake with a knight, let's say, or with a queen. It's okay, the knight can go there, you're going to take that pawn, you can develop your bishop, you can castle, and everything is just fine. So he might play something like this, pretending that this pawn is strong, right? This pawn is strong. And now black player played this move b5, he went back, and now we have c5. If we just capture en passant like this, the knight can recapture, or he took here, there, and now you can see white has double pawns in the center of the board, and after this black is slightly better here. And a grandmaster with the black pieces, a very cool guy, Ernst, grandmaster, it's a friend of mine, he managed to win that game actually, so everything is just fine. Now we have a more poison move. He can just develop the knight there, sacrificing everything, right, intending that if we just sacrifice there, capture that pawn, he can retake with a knight. But here we can take in the center of the board, and we say, what are you going to do about that tension actually, because now maybe we can take there and we can destroy his pawn structure. He can take with the queen, knight here, queen, bishop is spinning the knight. We have this one in order to develop our pieces there, castling. Now the queen is under threat. After castling, we are threatening his queen. He can go here, attacking the queen, he can go back, and now the black player didn't play the best move actually. He played queen on d5, but maybe it's a very interesting move to play that one, because we can destroy our pawns here on the queen side. It's not so easy for him to attack that pawns later. We will have the bishop pair, and we're threatening to destroy his king side pawns. And after this one, maybe we have an open file here to press a little bit. Okay, this is a very nice decision actually. It's an interesting decision to play bishop to g4 or h6, as you can see, or you can play bishop here. We have a lot of options. But after that move he played there, attacking now our pawn on h7. And you can see black didn't capture that, white didn't capture on c6. And after that he played here, attacking now on d6, and white has nice initiative and very nice development. Now he can play something like this. attacking our queen, we can say, and in the open center you need to develop your pieces extremely fast. And after that he played there attacking the queen, and after this white player just played h3, and now we are forced actually to capture on h3. What else we can do? We should capture here. You can recapture with the bishop attacking the queen, attacking this one. This bishop is attacking c7, and somehow black lost the control here. Two grandmasters play that game and white won that game. And as you can see, strong players play that opening with the white pieces. So maybe here a better move is to play bishop to g5. So now let's move forward. What is next for us? And the next for us is he can take there. Actually, we can give this check, and you can check the game Ernst as we talked earlier. So we saw everything here after knight to f6, and now let's jump forward to the next variation, and this is queen takes d5, little more forcing, right? He can take here, and now we have two moves again. Knight f6 is a nice move, and after that we can develop the pieces solidly. Now he has an isolated pawn, and this is a middle game position. It's a middle game with an isolated pawn. It's one of my favorite lessons on strategy, actually, one of the most analyzed lessons how to play. Black has different setups here with this pawn, isolated pawn, and usually we have this position with the pawn there or on e6, this more natural position, and we can reach that one from Caro-Kann and things like this. But here again we have the isolated pawn, and you need to block that pawn actually and try to exchange some light pieces like the bishops or the queen, the knights, or you can just exchange the queens actually. White has some initiative here, but you should be careful. You should be careful, but you will be able to stop this initiative. After this, we can go back, for example, and after that, because we would like to pin the knight, capture that knight, and after that build the pressure against that pawn, we can castle, we can play something like this, and black is playing for the strategy to block that pawn. This is a middle game lesson actually right now, because it's how to play against the isolated pawn, and this is the way how you should analyze the games, or how you should analyze the opening. You should connect the opening theory with the middle game theory, with the pawn structure, for example, in order to understand everything. And after this you can play there, you can play something like c6. They are all normal moves, but you can see black is playing very easily their pieces. They play that one, and now he would like to exchange more pieces, and after this black is a little better here, and the black player managed to win that game. So let's go forward. We just see here knight to f6, it's an interesting option, or you can play knight c6 instantly, little more aggressive, let's say, because you would like to put pressure on d4 square right now. And usually black don't have real problems here on this isolated pawn, because you have very nice development actually. This is the idea. And now white can play something like this, but I don't really believe, because black has fantastic development. He can pin the other knight actually, we can castle alongside maybe, and we have fantastic initiative, and black is slightly better. So white should not play passively, maybe to develop the pieces. Now we can give that check is one option, another one is to develop the knight, or we can play this move. And now we have transposition to another opening, to Ponziani opening, and we're going to see it later. Ponziani opening, Goring Gambit. This is what we can see. And now I'd like to mention something else. After knight to c3, we can play this move, bishop b4. Maybe you don't recognize that one, but it's a very popular opening, another very popular opening. And this is Chigorin defense. Believe it or not, it's a transposition to Chigorin defense, and white here played wrongly actually, because he played that knight out and allowed black to pin that one. So black is a little better here according to normal Chigorin defense. So this is not something that white should do. For that reason he should choose something like this or something else, I don't know. But this is transposition to Ponziani. Everything for this lesson is here. I hope you learned everything here. And after c3, another reliable option we can say is the move d5. And now he has some options as we learn, and we have some options as well with the black, like that one, or we can take with the queen as we just seen. Thank you very much, and I'm waiting you in the next opening lesson. If you would like to get attacking positions in every opening, then I suggest you this amazing course, 10 aggressive openings, blitz friendly. And here I'd like to show you the lessons inside the website. If you are logged in, then you are going to see this new menu profile. If you click it, you are going to see this page, and then you can click here my lessons. From this one you can see your available lessons, and if you scroll down you can click here 10 aggressive openings with Asaf Givon. With this fantastic author we create together the lessons, and you can see here one lesson after the other. You can see typical mistakes, after that how to start the game correctly, the best 10 moves, then you can see what are the aggressive openings, and then you're going to learn one lesson after the other. We have a lot of lessons there, and you can create a very solid and strong repertoire with white and black. And here you can see two of the free lessons that I already published them on YouTube. And last but not least, here you can download the PGN theory on your website. You can download the practice, the PGN files. You can see all of the games online on my website, or if you click here on practice PDF, then you can see the exercises in the PDF format, and you will be available to download this as well. You can set up these positions. You have a lot of interesting examples in each position from every single opening. I suggest you this fantastic course in order to start correctly in every single opening. Thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Here it's time for action. This is the initial page of my website, and here you can click Give me access to get access to free lessons. You can read this page, and if you scroll down, here you can add your name and your email. After that, you're going to take a free lesson, how to avoid chess blunders. So, time for action is now, and you're very welcome to join my mail list.